You know, we often talk here on the show, don't we, chums, about branding and things like that and how important it is. And when you think of today's world, branding really is nothing new, is it? I mean, let's be honest. We saw ads, or your mum and dad saw ads, and it might be for a rally bike or, you know, Weetabix or a breakfast cereal, and that was our influence, wasn't it? I mean, we all remember getting those free toys in the cereal boxes, and that was influencing. Right? Because if you got the toy, you might pester your mum or your dad, can you know, buy these again, I want this or whatever. And even in the 80s, that was a big thing, wasn't it? With McDonald's, you know, they just did it and that was the deal, you know. So I don't understand how this is just rephrased as, oh, this is revolutionary. Nothing is new, as I often say here on the show. One thing though that's rather sad is this, you see, when you have a good brand, particularly one that's well respected, well, literally for decades, then this particular corporation, the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, decide, oh no, you know, this new woke-aratory world, we don't need that. We're just going to throw it away. Years, decades of childhood memories that people have really enjoyed. Well, now that's out of the window, all thanks to this. Let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. You're right. We all have, sorry, we'll have a wave. We all have favourite things, don't we, that you know, we have when you were growing up, you know. There's certain things that even now, as I've said to you before, like fab lollies, bought some the other day, not the same. Do you know what I mean? Is it you? Is it me? Has the taste changed? Are they smaller? Is there less of them? I don't know, but it's like everything, isn't it? The things that you liked as a child, yes, you definitely move on. But there are certain things that you want to remain the same. It's a bit like this BBC programme that started way back in 1958, Blue Peter. I was lucky enough to go to the original Blue Peter studio. It was so exciting, I can't begin to tell you, chums, because when I was watching this as a child, I loved when they opened the big studio doors at Television Centre. And you could see, for instance, like the Salvation Army band marching in playing Christmas carols or whatever. It was really exciting. It was live television and you knew things could go wrong, like, you know, the tinsel falling off or the fire or of course the elephant, all of those things that went wrong. But it was just wonderful because you felt that you were part of a team, part of a family. Of course, Blue Peter was one of the biggest children's television shows over here in the United Kingdom. Can't begin to tell you just how huge this was. And part of the attraction really was the animals, you know, because they had dogs that were named and you could write in and name after them. They had all sorts of charitable things like collecting bottle tops. It was never give us your money. It was all about you could get involved. And I remember at school certain things being involved because of that, you know, with Blue Peter appeals and things. As I said, I was lucky enough to meet many of the presenters. In fact, I met the mum of one of the very much original presenters and you think, wow, you know, that's a legacy. Now no more though, because the BBC have decided in its infinite wisdom in the 21st century that actually no, you know, people aren't watching it enough and it's going to go online and it won't be live, it'll just be simply recorded. So why the decline? Well, they're saying it's changing habits, of course, of children. I would say that actually it was the most informed educational show that you could watch. They went on summer holidays, safaris, things that you could only dream of and think, yeah, you know, I've learned something here. The reason why it's literally changed is all down again to the woke-aratory that runs the BBC. Everything now has a sublime political message, climate change, inclusion, diversity. And of course, you may have not seen this because you may have not watched it. You're not their age group anymore. Imagine this now being pumped out to your youngest, your children. And this is part and parcel of what happens when you let lunatics literally take over and run things. We saw that, didn't we, recently with this particular woman, June Sarpong. All at mega salary, and then what we find out, of course, is if you're a certain age, maybe white, middle-aged, whatever, you're going to be pushed out because it has to be inclusive. And this woman was at the head of all of that. You get the picture, as ever, allegedly. Fascinating stuff, but what a sad state of affairs to find that one of the most beloved childhood programmes will now be consigned to the dustbin of memories. I don't know about you, but I still have very fond memories of all those presenters that actually made your childhood really special at a magical golden era time of children's television. Anybody else loved Blue Peter? Share your memories if you can, and as ever, please be respectful, and if you can, like and share. Thank you so much as ever for taking the time out to share a magical memory. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.